Rob Riggle here.
I'm Darren Leader.
Welcome back to Riggle's Picks. We got a special guest for you tonight. And I say tonight, look out the window. It's dark, y'all.
It's very late.
It's sexy.
It's so sexy. This is part of the Big Slick Chronicles. Everything okay? Kev? All right, Kevin Rahm, everybody.
The Chronicles.
Kevin Rahm is with us.
This is the Chronicles.
It is the Chronicles because Kevin has been a faithful and loyal Big Slick supporter for many, many years.
I think 10 years.
Are you on 10?
I think 10.
Is it
Come on.
consecutive?
Yeah, come on. 10 consecutive. I've not missed one.
That's
I've not
amazing.
missed one. I'm afraid if I don't come, they won't ask me back.
That's
No,
what
that's
they-
not true. That's
Is that
not true.
true?
Not
That's
true.
not true? Okay.
Now, it'll go to a vote.
That's cool.
But you're so popular. People love you. I feel like you'll do
I
well.
feel like I worked your family so hard
Yeah,
that at this
yeah.
point they're like, why didn't you invite Kevin?
Yeah, what's happened to Kevin?
That's
And I'll
how
say-
you
I
do
go,
it.
you don't even want to know.
yeah.
That turkey didn't
There's
show
a
up this
restraining
year.
order.
Yeah,
there's
it's the
some
whole
law
thing.
things. Yeah, it's a whole thing.
All right, so
Yes, sir.
you were about to tell us a story
Oh, my God.
about a common friend of ours, but I don't want to mention any names.
Okay.
Because I don't know where the story's going to go.
Okay, well, I won't say the name of the person. You'll know exactly who I'm talking about when I tell the story. So when we were back at the old auditorium,
Okay.
the
Yeah.
Ryman. No, not the
Midland.
Ryman. The Midland. Thank you. The
Midland
Ryman's
Theater.
in
It's a
Nashville.
Yeah.
beautiful
The
theater.
Midland's a beautiful theater.
Way
I
different zip
kind of
code.
miss that space. Although you can't get 5,000 people, you get a lot more money with 5,000
Right,
people. I get
right.
it. I get it. But
But
I
the
missed
space
that.
was great.
It was a little more intimate.
Yeah.
And it was beautiful. But we did a match game,
Yes.
and there was one year where it was all about Vanderbeek's taint,
No, it was Madsen. Was it Madsen?
Madsen's taint, and
Yeah.
Vanderbeek's
Balls-
genitalia.
yeah,
balls,
ball sack.
Yeah, ball
I think
sack.
so.
And that came the common theme, which really quickly did.
It degraded really quickly. So it was like I went to the blank to get more. I went to the shopping mall to get more blank, but then I realized I wasn't wearing any blank. Bump, 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 bump. The classic match game, right? So everybody's like, you had a couple people fill it out for real, right? And then of course it turned into, Marsden's taint.
Right.
And then everybody after that just wrote Marsden's taint.
Anytime anybody
And it
didn't
was
have a name or didn't have an answer,
Any question
that's what
was
it was.
just Marsden's taint.
Nice.
Which, well, listen, I mean, that happened many, many years ago, and it's still legend.
It's still legend.
Still legend.
It's up there with Gene Lamont.
It is up there with Gene Lamont.
But so our mutual friend, the question was, it was a riddle, and the riddle was the princess kissed the frog.
Yeah.
He became a prince. What did she get?
Right.
What happened to her?
Oh, I remember this.
Do you remember this? Do you remember this?
I remember this because he used the word riddled.
Riddled with frog herpes.
You know
That's what
what?
she got.
He told me that story today. And he
Riddled.
was proud of it.
He's so proud of it.
Yeah.
He's very
riddled.
proud.
It's the riddled.
It's the
itself.
riddled where
Riddled sells it.
everybody could have
Riddled sells
handled
it.
the
frog herpes.
The frog herpes. It
riddled.
was the riddled.
Riddled.
That cuts like it cuts too deep.
It's
a little
too much.
deeper.
That's
than
like
it
It's
a-
should.
also for a charity.
Yeah.
yeah, very graphic.
Yeah.
Very
but
graphic.
those were the old slicks where we were drinking hard.
Oh yeah, I talked to you about this today. I noticed that as we get older, and as this is year 16 of this
Yeah.
thing, which is amazing. Can we just congratulate Mr. Riggle?
No.
real quick?
Great job.
For
Everybody.
an idea 17 years ago.
Yeah.
Hey, I want to raise money for Children's Mercy Hospital, and then let's do this, and then $25 million.
Yeah. Yes. brother.
before this weekend's tally.
Yeah.
And last year 5.4,
No, 3.9 last year.
3.9 last year.
Yeah.
That's
It's
sick.
insane.
Well, let's talk about also. I'm not alone in this journey. Kevin Rahm here
I
has started his own thing.
I was influenced by Riggle and his generosity.
He started on the. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, you're wrong.
So west of the Mississippi. That was so quick.
I just assumed. I'm sorry,
Okay.
my bad. No, go. You say it first.
Let me say it first.
Yeah, you got to let him go.
Yeah, let him go. Let him get
West
some
of the Mississippi, St. Jude's Hospital, another children's hospital, a great children's hospital. West of the Mississippi, there is a friend of ours and a fellow actor, Patrick Warburton, and he does a great charity event for for St. Jude's. It's called the Warburton.
Yeah.
Okay, that's west of the Mississippi.
Palm Springs.
They have nothing east of the Mississippi, so Kevin Rahm stepped up, partnered with St. Jude's, and now does the Rahm in Florida, east of the Mississippi, and raises a tremendous amount of money for St. Jude's.
Yeah,
so come on.
Thank you very much. I remember, so my wife and I, after year one of this, I was so impressed with what you guys had created. I'm going to get a little emotional.
That's good.
Genuinely, it blew me away. And we were trying to set something up. We'd started the paperwork to start a foundation. We wanted to start something. We weren't sure what it was going to be for. she was working at UC Davis Hospital at the time. We thought maybe that, but that's hard. So anyway,
And his wife, for the record, your wife is a pediatric surgeon.
she was a pediatric heart surgeon,
Heart
for
surgeon.
12 years. Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy moly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I married up.
Yeah.
Way over my skis on that one, and much smarter than me, and prettier.
Yeah.
For that, I mean, all the things.
Don't sell
You
yourself
win.
short. You're
I mean,
very pretty.
I won.
Yeah.
I won, and I won.
Yeah.
And so our friend Clark Rainey, who runs Patrick's tournament, reached out to us. But I know I had conversations with your and I was like, how does this work? And the thing that works so well for you guys is you have all this family here.
Yeah.
You and Sudeikis and Stone Street, everybody has, and Keckner. There's this core of people that are doing the groundwork when you guys are out doing your
All
other
my
jobs.
high school buddies, all my college buddies.
the
Which
ambassadors.
I'm friends with them now
Yeah.
because like they at the early days they would pick us up from the airport themselves
Yeah.
and drive us in from the airport. And so we wanted to do something, and we were trying to set something up, and then we were lucky enough that Clark Rainey, who runs Patrick's tournament, reached out to us and said, "Will you be the host of the East Coast version of this?" And
That's
we did.
awesome.
We broke the 3 million mark
That's
this year.
awesome.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago.
Oh my gosh! And you've only been hooking and jabbing
This 6 years.
6 years,
7
and
years,
you're
7 years.
already at those numbers.
3 million. Yeah.
That's
It was insane.
fantastic.
Yeah,
That's
it was
amazing.
amazing.
And you play down at Sawgrass, which is
That's not
it's
a bad
epic.
place, and I get to stand on 17. And
17
take
for those
pictures.
for those at home. 17 is the island green that you've seen on the PGA Tour, and it's
The
epic.
Players Championship.
Legendary.
Players Championship.
Yeah.
It's
Legendary.
epic.
Yeah.
Epic.
So I get to hit onto 17 for 2 days, 42 times or 44 times. Yeah.
Have you ever birdied it?
I've only got to play Sawgrass because I don't get to play during the tournament because I'm the host, and we have a professional camera guy there, and each celebrity with their group comes up and we take photos. They print them right there. We sign them. They take them home right there.
That's so
They don't have
cool.
to wait.
That's cool.
And then I have music and I heckle them a little bit and I play walk-up songs for the celebrities. And so I've met a member there recently, a lovely guy named Bob, who has been generous enough to ask me to play with him every Wednesday when I come down now. So I've got to play it like twice. The first time I played it, I was even par 16, 17, 18. Birdied 16,
Wow.
bogeyed 17, 3-putted.
And that's
then-
that Bears trap.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
That's the hard
It's a par
corner.
5, par 3, par 4. The par 4 is the one the water's on the left.
Yeah, brutal.
So
Yeah.
I went birdie, bogey, par the first time I played it. And this last year I played it, I birdied 17. It was my one birdie of the day. It was
That's
down, pin was down
amazing.
left. I put it to like a foot and a
Come
half
on.
and birdied 17.
See, a lot of our listeners they endure our golf talk.
I'm sorry for that.
No,
No,
don't apologize.
Don't ever apologize.
They will learn to
we
like
talk
it.
we talk golf and they know
Learn
that.
to like it.
Yeah.
They love it. They all love it.
And if-
Even the people who don't play it, they know.
Yeah,
they
they're
love
starting
it.
to love it. They're starting to love it.
they're learning.
And they're figuring out the nomenclature, too,
Yeah.
of what we're actually talking about.
Totally.
Yeah.
I don't even know what that word means, but yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of that.
Exactly.
So, Kev.
Yes, sir.
What are you cooking up? Because you were, by the way, Kevin, a tremendous actor. He has been on Mad Men. He has been on Madam Secretary. I saw that movie too, where you were playing the station manager with Jake Gyllenhaal.
Nightcrawler.
Nightcrawler.
Yeah.
Yes.
He got robbed. He should have been nominated for an Academy Award. He was amazing in that.
Yeah.
Yeah, really good.
I thought that was
Was he
very
totally
intense.
cool or totally not cool?
He was very nice. He was definitely in a mode.
In acting
he had
mode?
He had lost like 30 or 40 pounds.
That's gnarly.
His
yeah.
spirit animal for the character was a coyote, an LA coyote, and so he would literally run home at night after shooting for 12
What?
hours. And this was a low budget. This was like a
gosh.
small, and so like the driver would follow him as he would run up the hills, the Hollywood Hills, run home every night. I mean, he was barely eating. He was very gaunt. Amazing scene partner. Like very generous scene partner.
Yeah.
Like we didn't interact a lot, and I just kind of gave him his space.
That's fantastic.
You know what I mean?
though.
Like
that's dedication to your art.
I was like, what am I not doing?
Do you have that kind? Do you have
I'm
that kind
so-
of drive?
Huh?
Do you have that
Totally.
kind of-
I mean, you
Totally.
The show you did with Sam Levine, I feel like you trained for like 6 months on jet skis, didn't you?
I did.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
did. I
He has
did.
that
I don't
kind of
like to
commitment.
talk about it. I don't want to because it sounds braggadocious.
Yeah.
But yeah.
You know that little jet ski TV show?
Yeah, yeah.
Have you heard the theme song?
Is that yours?
Guess who wrote that?
How much?
I'm just saying.
Did you? How much? Are you living off that money now?
Oh, that's mailbox money for life. I cash checks seriously for 8 cents every quarter.
Every quarter,
Yeah.
8 cents a quarter.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's
that's
sick.
some serious cash.
So thank you for that.
Yeah.
Look, it's positive cash flow.
I'm not
Okay?
mad.
It's not negative.
It's not. It's totally worth driving to the bank, spending the money on the gas.
Yes.
And then picking up a smoothie on
the
the way
envelope
home.
and the it's totally worth it.
Totally worth it.
What are you working on now? I was leading to that.
Looking for the next thing.
Okay.
Auditioning. Currently looking for the next thing. Mr. Kind and I are working on a little something together. We're trying to put a little something together.
Two of my favorite guys, Kevin Rahm and Richard Kind.
Yeah.
Richard Kind's been to Big Slick.
Oh, he's
many times.
He was supposed to be here this weekend. Did he not make it in?
He did not.
Okay, because he had to work in New York. He was very upset. He told me, we had a conversation this last week, and he was like, Kevin, I swear to God, I'm going to make it. I don't want to miss it again. I feel so bad.
Yeah.
I have to work in New York. I have to be here.
Yeah.
I was in L.A. for the John Mulaney thing, and then he had to go to New York to shoot.
Was that the last
Only
time we all
Murders.
three hung out? It was at the Vegas poker tournament. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the last time we had dinner. We had dinner at that steakhouse. Who's your writer buddy who had dinner with?
Dean Holland.
Dean.
Oh, Dean's awesome.
The
Dean's
four
been
of
on
us.
the show,
The four of us.
And Dean's a golfer.
Dean's a golf
we need to
addict.
bring him out to the ROM.
Oh yeah, you would love him.
I told him he's invited.
He's an editor and director of The Office.
Yeah,
and
Parks and Rec.
Oh, yeah,
Didn't he work on Parks and Rec?
and Rec,
too?
yeah.
Yeah, he's a lovely guy. We should. I told like one of our we're fast and loose with the term celebrity at the ROM. Our rule is no assholes and then cool people and good hosts.
That's
right?
always the best policy.
No
man.
assholes.
No
And
assholes.
You have the same premise.
We
here.
do. We have the same premise here.
And there are people that have come and they didn't cut the mustard and they weren't invited back but I'm very grateful to be one of the people that made the cut and keep getting invited back. But that was one of the funnest.
I
dinners.
love that you guys are working on something.
We're
something out.
working on
I think the
something
whole the business, the state of our business is so bad right now.
It's
because
so
it's so
strange.
confusing and it's all the paradigms are shattered. So nobody knows what to do and how to do it.
Well, you're one of those guys that your whole career you've made things happen. Right, you got on SNL, and then you did the Daily Show, which is very much your own work, right? I imagine you segment stuff. They give you an idea, and you go do it.
Yes, there's collaboration,
Right,
obviously.
but I've been a hired gun. I've been very lucky my whole career to be a hired gun, and it's worked very well for me for 20 years. And all of a sudden, it's like, hey guys, remember me?
Yeah.
I mean, I've been on some good shows,
Really
good
shows.
I've done some good work.
Yes.
So it's just a weird time in the industry. So it's like now it's time for me to step up and figure out what who it also inspired.
But creating too. Now that is the most viable option.
me. You have to create. Your
That
own
you have
stuff.
to develop.
Yeah.
ABD, right? Glenn Ross, always be closing. I say ABD for always be developing.
Always be okay. There
You got in
Did
this.
you write that yourself?
Yeah, trademark,
Yeah,
copyright.
trademark.
Rob Riggle.
You made t-shirts.
Really
There's t-shirts.
good,
You get a
Rob.
t-shirt when you leave the room.
Yeah.
ABD.
ABD.
But you have to be developing constantly because that phone ain't gonna be. It just doesn't ring anymore.
Not the way it used to.
Not the way it used to.
It's different now.
Yeah.
I remember there was one pilot season I tested 19 times.
Yeah.
And testing is, if you people don't know, like in the television process, when you're trying to get a job on a TV show back in the day when there was pilot season and it was like had 4 networks and they were doing 20 pilots a year, you would go in, read for the casting director, you go read for the producer, and they'd narrow it down to 3 people. You sign a contract and you screen test, and then one of the 3 people would get the job. And I tested 18 times in a row or 19 times in a row.
Wow.
And did not get any of them.
Oh my God.
And
That's the beast.
I called my agent. I think I broke the record at Gersh that year. And I called my agent. I was like, okay, I did not get this last one.
Yeah.
I know I didn't get it. Don't call me to tell me I didn't get it. And I'm going to go do a play in Venice. And then I think Judging Amy came up like 3 months later.
Oh,
but I booked that.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Friends and Judging Amy came up.
Do you remember the old holding deals?
I just missed that
Dream
world. Did
about
you have a holding deal?
Oh yeah, I had several. I
You-
had several holding deals.
Okay, for everybody out there who doesn't know, like me, what's a holding deal?
The holding deal would be like if Warner Brothers, you did a pilot for Warner Brothers, they like you or they see you in something like, we like this guy, they would pay you money to not take other jobs on other networks.
Retainer.
It's a
Like a
retainer.
retainer.
It's a
retainer.
And they would pay you real good money.
It was a nice.
I had friends
but
who
you were
had-
locked into them, which meant so it was always the which path do you want to go. If you say open market, that means you got to audition for a bunch of different shows.
Every network, every studio.
every
Right.
network, every. But if you took the holding, you got this much money, but that was your path.
And
for
it was
that
the
whole year.
holding deal was a prepayment
Of a year.
For 1 year, and you had to probably sometimes you had to take a job, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes you didn't want. They would give you like
Right.
3 or 4 scripts.
Yeah.
You'd meet some producers, and like you have to do one of these.
This is the question everyone's going to want to know because I don't know. What kind of money can a holding deal be?
I don't know what Riggle was getting, but
I'm not
I know
asking you guys, but like, what's a range?
Oh.
200 to $1 million.
$200 to $1 million.
200,000 to $1 million.
Okay.
For
And-
1
for
year.
1 year.
But
For
that
1
was
year.
but that now this is
This-
back.
this
in
is the golden age.
This
I
is, I was
get
about
it.
to say these are the golden days.
I get it. It
back
ain't
in
happening
the-
anymore, but
No,
it-
not-
that's
there's
what
no
it
such-
was.
It doesn't even exist.
No,
anymore.
I've never even heard of one. I had a couple of friends who had them, and I talked to one of my roommates when I was 3 of us lived in this house in Coldwater Canyon for a while, and one of the roommates had a holding deal, and I went to my agent manager like, hey, what's up with this holding deal thing?
I want one
How
of
do I get
those.
one of those?
This seems like a really good thing. And my manager told me, she's like, that's for lazy actors. Which and I was like, oh, okay, yeah, okay.
Good.
I'm
That makes me feel
I'm
better.
strong.
I don't wanna be that.
In retrospect, it probably was like, no one's giving you a holding deal.
You've got more moxie than
Kevin,
that, Kevin.
If they were offering it to you, we'd tell you about it. They're not getting offered a
Yeah,
holding
because
deal.
they'd want 20. They want their 10% of that.
100%. They want their money.
Well, I think our business is challenging as heck right now. So I'm with you. Like I'm in the same boat. And I was talking with our mutual friend Andrea Savage, and she was telling me the same thing. She's like, I'm just developing nonstop.
Yeah.
And that's
Just
the way.
looking for
That's
the
just
next
the way it's
thing.
got to be.
Yeah.
Have you seen that show, Real Bros of Simi Valley?
Yes, I was on it.
Okay.
This is a thing.
Yes.
You're not joking.
No,
Dude,
it's real.
There's a
it's
show called The Real
funny.
Bros of Simi Valley.
It's
Yeah.
really, really,
And it's hilarious.
Super low budget, but here's the thing. I guess major brands are now advertising with shows like that
Yeah.
instead of network.
That's the new
It's
model.
going crazy, dude.
Well,
I actually did an episode of that.
Did you?
I think I was an FBI agent.
Was it awesome?
So it was
it's not
hilarious.
reality. It's not reality.
No.
No.
So it's a scripted,
It's
low
a
budget.
scripted,
Yes,
low
but-
That
budget.
sounds hilarious.
Yeah.
It's dude. You gotta.
What is it on?
You gotta watch it. It's
don't know.
fucking hilarious.
Was it Netflix? Was it?
No, it's like some
Tubi.
kooky Tim's network online.
Tim's Network.
Yeah, it's. I don't even know where. Maybe YouTube. Maybe just YouTube network.
I'll check it out.
Yeah, we can look it up.
Dude, it's funny.
Somebody
and
should look it up. If only we had an engineer.
I wonder if we had a
Or a
producer to help
producer.
us do that. Claire.
The Roku channel.
The Roku.
Roku.
The Roku.
What's up, Roku?
What up? What up?
Everything.
I knew you could find it. That's awesome. Roku.
Yeah, so I guess
Roku.
advertisers are going to these things now.
Well, because where are they going to advertise?
Because the kids, that's my old speak, the kids are watching these short, like DIY
Yeah,
shows, but they're really funny.
Yeah.
So
I'm telling
it's
you,
shifting.
if it's good, it works. You mark my words. In the next 5 years, all of the streamers will narrow down to three or four, and there will be advertising on all of them.
like the networks.
You know,
There
and
will be
this is
it'll-
why you're 100% right. There's always out of chaos comes order. So you're going to see a consolidation, just like car industry, just like the network industry, just like it all will consolidate down to 3 or 4.
And
right?
we've-
and then what you just said. Remind me before I lose it.
They will have advertising.
Yes, because plain and simple, that model works.
We've been selling soap since
all
the
the
dawn
other
of time.
stuff, all the other stuff they've been trying to do,
We sell
doesn't
soap.
work.
We
It
sell
doesn't
soap.
work.
We
Yeah.
sell soap. That's
Yeah.
what we do.
Yeah.
We make, and sometimes the shows are really good, and sometimes they're just okay, and sometimes they're really shitty.
Yeah.
But we sell soap,
Yeah.
and that's where the money is.
Yeah.
And so
that model is that they're trying all these things, right? And eventually they're all gonna fizzle out and burn out, and they're gonna come back to the model that worked.
Oh yeah,
Right.
how do we get money out of this?
Yeah,
Like the
that's what
the
everybody's
idea
asking.
of $14 a month
Yeah,
in perpetuity
Yeah.
with a limited number of people. Like you can only have so many subscribers. There's only so many people in the world. There's no way the amount of money they're spending on projects is never going to pay off. Like I think it's a Ponzi scheme. Like there's no way it's sustainable.
yeah. You've got to have that perpetual engine.
Yes,
You
and
gotta
also
have that
then
engine.
also like look at the difference between like a Friends and like I was on a very mediocre sitcom named Jesse that was on Thursday nights on NBC. Me and Christine Applegate and a couple other amazing actors and we like Friends would have 20 million people watching, and so they got $1 million an episode, and we would have the leftover people who didn't turn off their TV watching, and we would get a lot less.
Yeah.
Right. And so, but your value was in we can charge X amount of dollars per time advertising, therefore your show's worth more.
And network television right now, I think, and by the way, this is all my guesstimating, right? I'm not a studio executive, but I think the only thing they make money on is sports entertainment.
That's
right
it.
now.
What
Yeah.
else is there? It's live things and reality shows.
Yeah.
And you can't rerun those.
Yeah.
You can't monetize that after the fact.
Yeah.
They don't own it. They don't own it.
I hear you.
Yeah.
You guys,
I think we figured it out, though.
We solved it.
We solved it.
We solved it. You're
did
welcome.
we just figure it out?
You're welcome,
solved
America.
it.
God. Sasloff, you're welcome.
And everything's back to normal.
So
That's
okay,
how
so
fast.
this is a really shitty way to find out that I'm not going to be your co-host on your new podcast.
But
Wait a minute.
I mean, I'm like, we talked about it,
Yeah.
and like he called me and said, "Hey, I'm doing this new I'm bringing back Riggle's picks."
Yeah.
I feel like this is a really shitty way to find out that I'm not your co-host.
But at the same time, highly effective because there's no doubt in your mind right now.
No,
that Darren's my.
Well, when I saw it online,
Yeah.
and I was like, "Who the hell's the guy with the tattoos?"
yes.
Yeah.
Who's the guy that does not work as a corporate banker?
Yeah. Darren.
Right?
Darren.
yeah.
Who's the guy that committed to a life of not being in an office?
It's Darren.
And by the
Yeah.
way, watching you guys together, and I told Darren this when I met him this weekend. I was like, "You guys clearly are buddies. You have great rapport." Because I didn't know who he was. I mean, I found out watching your
Yeah.
stuff, watching your clips. But I was like, really a drummer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like the worst.
Really?
The only thing worse than that is a bass player.
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing?
Way worse, though.
What are we doing?
It's way worse.
Wait. No one's disputing that. Way
Thank you.
worse.
Thank you.
Way worse as a bass player.
You get it.
They are the most worst.
Oh my God, they're the worst.
They're awful.
The lowest.
But you know what? Doing this, being out here at the Big Slick, one of the guys, I think the magician.
Yeah.
I can't
Blake
remember-
Voigt. Blake Voigt.
Blake.
Yeah.
He comes up to me. He goes, "Hey, I'm Blake." And he goes, "I just wanted to say hi. I love you on the podcast." He goes, "I feel like I know you, and I wanted to give you a hug, but that would have been weird." But and so
And he has
for
really
me,
long arms because they can like kind of wrap all the way
They're
around
like
you.
Matt
That's-
Long magic arms.
Magic.
Like,
That's
yeah.
how he does his magic.
That is that he stores it in his
he
arms.
stores it all in those
Damn
long
it,
arms.
Blake. But for me to have you know a little bit about me,
Yeah.
It's really cool, and I'm glad you didn't take my job.
No, I was just joking, but yeah, that you guys are great together. It works great.
Thanks,
Thank
buddy.
you.
Yeah.
And thanks for taking time out of
course.
the Big Slick party to come join
He
us.
left
Hang out.
a raging party.
I'm
Yeah.
still drinking. We're good.
The party's electrified right now, and you walked out
Walked
to come
out.
join us.
I was just about to sing Ebony and Ivory.
Oh, with who?
We got a karaoke machine.
Karaoke machine. Well, with Daughtry.
Daughtry?
Yeah. He's
Well, at least somebody's leading the charge in there.
He's
a lot of the
taken over.
impractical
He's taken
jokers are
over.
in there
were you gonna
getting fired up.
Were you gonna do Paul McCartney or Michael Jackson?
Michael Jackson.
Copy that.
Yeah, higher voice.
Yeah, yeah.
Copy
That's pretty
that.
obvious. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Kevin Rahm.
Thank you guys for having me.
God bless
Can we
America.
get one more big round of applause for Mr. Riggle, who created a magical thing.
Give it
that
up
is
for
raising
Rob.
crazy
No,
amounts of money,
no.
and how he's created he's created like the city supports you. You have amazing talent. You have Mahomes and Kelsey showing up to support you. You have amazing co-hosts to support you now. I mean, who are much more famous than you. Like so much more famous than you.
So much more.
Like,
Yeah.
but
And they're
Paul
cooler.
Rudd,
and
Jason Sudeikis, Heidi Gardner.
the fact that they didn't push you out, the fact that you got to hold on
you know
to your
what?
spot.
It's coming.
Is it-
It's coming.
Are you feeling it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
25 million.
It's when I walk into the room and I go, "What are you guys talking about?" And they go, "No,
No, it's
Nothing,
good.
bro.
We're talking about next year. Next
Yeah,
year.
next year. Oh, cool. Well, I'm here. You
Yeah.
guys want to talk with me about it?" They go, we were all leaving. I was like, "Huh?" Yeah, that happens a lot these days.
25 million up to now,
Yeah.
and more this year.
Yeah, we're gonna
more
break,
this year. We're gonna
hopefully-
break records this year.
We're gonna break records this
Break
year.
records.
Hey,
God bless you, brother.
Good luck on whatever you're doing with Richard.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah.
I'll let you know. I'll keep you
Cheers.
posted. We'll show up and do a little collab.
I love it. I
a
love
collab.
A collab.
Which
Yes, sir.
reminds me, before
Yes,
I was just about to sign off, but you said that collab, and it reminded me of we have been developing gravy,
Slick and Gravy.
Slick and Gravy,
Slick and Gravy.
which is going to be a buddy cop sitcom.
Who's who?
I'm Bob. There's Bob Gravy and Don Slick,
Okay.
and I'm. By the way, this is all
Copyrighted.
trademarked.
We submitted all the paperwork.
It's all submitted, so don't
It
even
sounds-
get
it
don't get
sounds
any
like it.
Let's do this.
ideas
Yeah.
out there. But it's going to be it's a cop from the country and a cop from the city. Guess who's who? Bob Gravy and Don Slick.
City.
Don Slick.
Country.
Are you want to be country?
I'm country. I'm
You're
Bob
country?
Gravy. I think I'm Bob Gravy.
Okay. I'll be Don Slick.
And you're Don
I'll
Slick.
Don Slick.
Yeah. Well, and Jay DeMarcus wants in on this too. So remember,
We'll find it. He'll be like the boss hog.
You know, it would be great if he was the captain who always
He
cusses
was
us
the
out.
captain. He's like
Murtaugh. He goes, Slick, Gravy, get in here. Remember? That's right. I think
Yeah.
that's what he was going to do.
By the way, we started this process when we first met. When the three of us first
at
met.
oddly enough, a golf tournament.
Yes,
Shocking. All right, so anyway, let's get back to work on that.
Yeah, done.
All right,
I'm in.
done.
I'm in.
All
I'm
right,
in.
good.
ABD.
Hey,
ABD.
everybody.
Hey, real quick, where can people go for your golf
The
tournament.
RahmGolf.org.
Okay.
You go to my Instagram, Kevin P. Rahm, on Instagram.
Let's make sure you're spelling that right too. It's
Kevin-
Rahm.
Just like the golfer John Rahm.
You ever have John Rahm at the Rahm?
We not yet. We're working on that. We'd love to have John Rahm at the Rahm.
That would be
Hopefully he'll
fantastic.
join the PGA Tour again, and we can have him down because I think that's a conflict of interest for the PGA Tour right now.
Well, I'm starting a new golf tournament
TBC.
called the Rory.
Perfect.
And we're going to work on getting.
Rory McIlroy.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I ruin? Did I ruin it? Oh,
Way to go.
It was a little bit of a spoiler.
I ruined
Maybe
it.
we'll just
I ruined
maybe
it.
we'll just
I
start
ruined
renaming it.
I ruined it.
Maybe we'll just do the Mickelson.
With
Don't say it.
Don't say it. Don't say it.
Don't say it.
Let them guess.
big weekend this weekend.
Yes, and thank you for
Congratulations.
being here, brother.
Oh, my pleasure. It's my pleasure
Thank
to
you.
always
Give it up
be
for
here.
Kevin Rahm.
Kevin Rahm.
Thank you guys.
Hey, everybody, this has been Riggle's Picks. I'm Rob Riggle.
I'm Darren Leader.
Bye.